Hey folks, Mike Johnson here. If it's got wheels and an engine, you're in the right place. On this channel, we dive into car repairs, maintenance tips, and everything you need to keep your ride running smooth. If you're into cars and want to keep learning, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. All right, enough talking. Let's get into it.
One day, as you're changing your car's air filter, you notice that there's oil in the air intake and air filter housing. You start to worry and wonder if there's something wrong with your vehicle. The bad news is that oil in the air intake and/or air filter housing almost always indicates that there's something wrong with your car. Sometimes, the fix is relatively inexpensive and straightforward. In other cases, the engine may require major repairs to solve the problem. Oil in the air intake and/or air filter housing almost always indicates a problem with your car. For common causes of oil in the air intake and/or air filter housing. If your car has oil in the air intake and/or air filter housing, you'll want to determine the cause of the problem immediately. Some of the most common causes of the problem are as follows: a blocked or plugged PCV system. In many cases, the oil in the air filter housing and/or air intake has something to do, directly or indirectly, with the positive crankcase ventilation (PCV) system. The PCV system evacuates crankcase vapors, leakage gases that sneak past the piston rings, from the crankcase to prevent excessive pressure and moisture buildup. Most PCV systems do this by using a valve, although some use a calibrated orifice instead, to regulate the flow of air through the crankcase. When the PCV valve opens, fresh air enters the crankcase through a breather pipe, which is attached to the air intake. This fresh air is then drawn through the crankcase, creating a scavenging effect that draws the vapors blown through the PCV valve and into the intake manifold. From here, the vapors enter the engine, where they are burned as part of the normal combustion process. When the PCV system is clogged, oily vapors begin to accumulate and are eventually forced back into the air intake and/or air filter housing. In many cases, the PCV valve or calibrated orifice is at the root of the problem. Piston ring and cylinder wall, where the PCV system is designed to evacuate blow-by vapors that sneak past the piston rings. But when blow-by becomes excessive, due to worn piston rings or damaged cylinder walls, the PCV system is overwhelmed. As a result, oily blow-by vapors accumulate to the point where they are forced into the air intake and/or air filter housing. Infrequent maintenance can cause engine oil to turn into a gelatinous paste, known as sludge. Sludge buildup. Infrequent maintenance can cause engine oil to turn into a gelatinous paste known as sludge. Eventually, this sludge can clog the engine oil passages that are part of the PCV system, resulting in excessive blow-by and oily residue in the air intake and/or air filter housing. Turbocharger compressor problems. When dealing with a turbocharged or supercharged engine, a small amount of oil in the air intake is generally considered normal. But excessive oil accumulation indicates a problem, such as faulty turbocharger compressor seals or a clogged turbocharger return line. Don't overlook unusual causes when it comes to potential causes of oil in the air intake. The above list is not exhaustive. Cars can be tricky, and the source of the problem often varies from vehicle to vehicle. For example, on some Fords equipped with 3.5L and 3.7L V6 engines, oil can enter the air filter housing due to a poorly designed valve cover. The solution is to replace the original valve cover with an updated version. What's more, if you overfill your car's crankcase with oil, to the point where it's several liters too full, excess oil can be pushed through the PCV system and into the air intake. Because there are so many possibilities, you, or your mechanic, should always carry out a thorough diagnosis to identify the exact cause of the problem. If you overfill your car's crankcase with oil, by several liters, the excess oil can be pushed through the PCV system and into the air intake. In conclusion, finding oil in the air filter housing and air intake can indicate several potential issues, such as a failing engine component or improper installation. It's crucial to address these concerns promptly to maintain optimal engine performance and prevent further damage. Regular inspections and maintenance can help catch these problems early, ensuring your vehicle runs smoothly and efficiently. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more insights on automotive care and maintenance.